Hello there everyone, and welcome to another video here on Stone Valley 22 with me, Talbot. So on today's job list we have got to hire a worker in to finish the soybean field harvest here. I have done a lot of work off screen, as you can see. I've harvested field 2 over there, well, field 2 here and field 6 over there. So let's go ahead and get the hire worker going here. Now the other job we've got to do today is picking up some bales from field 6. So we're going to jump in the Landini here and we're going to go and pick up some bales. I've got a tractor and trailer already in the field. And you join me on a pretty overcast May day here. Not much sun today, but we can still harvest and do all the good stuff, so it's not going to be a washout, I don't think. But yeah, we harvested and baled this entire field, and I just want to give a big shout out to Solar Kraken and Tankman from the Discord server, good buddies of mine, who both helped me to get the work done off screen. So thank you guys. And yeah, so we've got these few stacks of bales here to stack on the trailer and then sell, because we're not in a position to keep any straw yet. It doesn't really make sense to keep the straw just yet. We don't have any animals and we need all the money we can get. So it makes sense to sell the straw. But yeah, there's a few guys that have, in the Discord server I'm in, that are interested in getting this game, and I know you guys are probably tuning in. And this is probably a common thing with a lot of you guys out there. If you're watching and you sort of thinking about getting this game, or maybe you've already got it but you're really stuck or unsure about what things do and what things are, then hopefully as I do jobs I can explain some things. So I think a relevant question today is, what is the difference between hay and straw? So this is straw bales, and straw is a byproduct of any kind of crop, like sort of wheat, barley, any sort of seed crop, grain crop. You can make straw bales, and it's pretty much just the stems of the crop. So obviously you come along in your combine, the combine processes the crop, it'll separate the chaff, the seeds, which is the grain, and the stalks, and it'll lay the stalks out in a trail behind you if you've got that enabled, called the straw swath. So it'll lay it in lines behind the combine, and you come along with your baler and bale it into the bales you see here. And straw is always pretty much used for bedding. It's never used for feed because it's just not nutritional. You know, it's just so low nutritionally. It's not worth feeding it to any of your cattle or any of your animals. So we mainly use it for bedding, and it is really good as compost as well. Like to put in your composter. So yeah, that's pretty much straw. And then you've got hay, which are the greenish gold bales. And hay is always made out of grass and sort of meadows. If you've got meadows on the farm, you can mow those meadows. And obviously, I don't quite know what's going on here. That was strange. We were a little bit stuck in midair there. I don't know why that was catching really, but hey ho, they're on there. Yeah, so hay is grass and alfalfa, clover. It's just whatever's in the grass field. It'll be all mixed into the hay. Because essentially you just come along, you mow the grass, and obviously you're mowing any other little plants that are growing in the grass too. So, and then you'll turn that, you'll mow it, and then you'll come along with a tedder which turns the grass over. You'll sort of leave it a few days or and just sort of dry it out a bit, and then come along with your baler and bale it. And hay is always exclusively used as feed. As you can imagine, that obviously it's still got all of its nutrients. So it's really good to feed your animals. Especially, you know, in the winter when you can't put your cows out to pasture. They can't graze. So hay comes in really handy. So I hope that's explained to you guys the differences. And I will be making hay sometime in the future. Once I get some cows and some animals on the go. Oh yeah, must remember to empty the combine. But yeah, we'll be doing all of that. We'll be doing silage, which is another form of feed, and ultimately doing the mixed ration. We've got a bit of a sticky bale here. Always seem to get sticky bales, so let's just push it on a slight bit there. We got 2 stacks left by the look of it. Definitely a lot easier in the drone shot here. But a tip for picking up bales, again, like we spoke about in the last video, is using visual markers. So if you want to use in cab, just get yourself and your forks lined up with the bales. And obviously this is a 2 stack, but it will, same sort of idea for any stack. So you know you're lined up with the middle of the bale. So in cab we know on a 2 stack can see the end, the fork extensions there wiggling around, right? So we know that when it looks like that, we can drive in. And there we go. So as long as we can see that the top of the bale fork lines up with the silver bolts, like on the end of the main arm there, the straight arms. When the bales are on the floor, the top of the forks are lined up with those bolts. And then if you are loading a trailer, like, make all your adjustments before you get to the trailer. Pick your bales up above your line of sight and just nice and gently drive to your trailer and lower it. Your line of sight is going to get closer to you, so you want to lower your bales as you go. And then just place them down. I mean, it's not perfect. We could have done a slight bit better, but so let's try it with these ones and see if we can get it right here. So let's try and line ourselves up nicely here. So we're not quite on the floor yet. So we're lined up with the bolts there. Let's drive in. And there we go. So again, I hope that's helped you guys, because it is fun trying to do stuff in the cab. You know, it's definitely more realistic. And once you just get the hang of finding your visual markers, it becomes a lot easier. Alright, sorry guys, I had to let the cat out of the room. Every time I'm playing on the PC, he's like in and out the door every 5 minutes. Let's just get the outside view and get the drone shot here. Yes, I know I'm cheating. Right, so that should be all the bales. So let's throw some straps over. We shouldn't need to double strap it. Let's just one strap it all the way. And then we'll take the Landini back. What we can do actually is head over and get the combine emptied. Although the trailer is looking pretty full, so we might not get much in it. We shall see. 88%, so let's go and tip this in the silo at the farm. where I have got all of the wheat. I didn't sell any of the wheat that we got off the harvest over there, so I've still got all of that to sell. Just try not to hit the silo here. I mean, that was a pretty good guess as to where that was then. I actually completely kind of guessed that, guys. Right, let's go and unload the combine. So at the minute, our hired help is sat there patiently waiting. Now we can teleport here and go and sell the bales. Now, I have already sold a good few loads of these bales, so I've noticed a slight issue that if you try and sell them here at the biomass heating plant, the sale trigger doesn't quite work properly. So I'm gonna sell them up here at North Valley Bales. And when I say it doesn't work properly, usually when you drive over a bale sell point, the bales will just disappear off the trailer. That doesn't work properly at the biomass plant, so for now we're going to take them up to North Valley Bales here. Also notice this, that these locals don't like going down this bit of a dip in the road here. They all get very scared. Very odd people around here. Me included, of course. Really need to give this tractor a wash as well. It's pretty disgusting. We need to take a left here. Is the way clear? Yes, it is. Go, 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 go. So this is a bit of a tight spot to get into. If I can remember how to get into it. I think it's the next turning. Which we'll have to swing wide. Whoa! Yeah, that was close. People just don't respect you when you're in a tractor. But there's only ever going to be one winner between a tractor and a car, that's for sure. Right, so yeah, this is what I mean when I say it's a little bit tight. But it's not too bad. So if we unstrap our load, and again, it's not hyper realistic when you drive over a sell point that it just disappears, but that is the beauty of playing a game. Right, let's see how much we get off this. Take all of those lovely fresh bales. So nearly 11 grand, which when you consider it's a waste product, I mean, obviously you can use it for bedding and stuff, but essentially it is a waste product of the wheat. 11 grand is not a bad price for rubbish. Gotta watch out for these boy racers racing along here. So we're up to 97,000. I did buy, when we were doing all the work off screen, I did buy a bale stacking machine. And a new bale fork for the front loader, so I think the bale stacker was like 30 something grand, so 37 grand maybe. We did spend a little bit of money, but we've got plenty of crop to sell. I've got like 150,000 litres of wheat from this field to sell. And we've got the soybean here to sell as well, so which we didn't really get a lot of. I think it was we've only sort of had 2 full loads off it, which is a bit of a shame because it's worth quite a bit of money. Right, let's just park the trailer here for now. And the tractor. Let's go and see what the combine's up to. Just missing slight bits, but we'll pick that up afterwards. It just means that his wages will have to be less. If he's not going to do a proper job, I'm not going to pay him his proper wages. But yeah, whilst that is doing that, the whole process starts again. So we need to start seeding the wheat field. Now, another thing for you new guys, anyone wondering, so this seeder has a built-in cultivator. So I can now just take this seeder and seed straight into the stubble like this. Now, if your seeder hasn't got a built-in cultivator, you'd have to cultivate this first. So you'd basically turn in the top layer of soil over and just loosening everything up. But we have got a seeder that does that. So we are going to jump in the big John Deere here. And we'll start seeding. We can at least get him going. I will wash the seeder off though before we start, I think. Just because it, you know, make sure we can see everything's working properly. Let's unfold it here. So we're going to need to load a couple of bags of seed into it. Give it a quick spritz. Nice and shiny again. So yeah, basically this front section here is the cultivator, and then all of these wheels here are where the seeds go in. The seeds get fired down these tubes, sort of like a blower, so to speak. They get blown down these tubes. And then just sort of next to or behind these wheels, the seeds will pop out. So yeah, let's move forward, and I've got to put the pallet fork on. Let's open the lid here. And we've got to put the pallet fork on the Landini, which is of course in the field. We'll leave the trailer just here because we'll have to come and finish up the combine once we got the seeder going. Need to find a home for the bale fork as well. Yeah, don't really want to leave everything outside, but these sheds are nice, but definitely can't wait to start building my own sheds and all that good stuff. I think we better put a weight on the back as well. Because we don't want to be pulling wheelies. And we want seed, so it's the right hand bags here. We should be able to pick up 2 at a time if I remember correctly. I want to open the forks about there. I'm not convinced we're quite in far enough there, so lovely. Do 1 bag at a time. I think we need to actually maybe drop the seeder down here a little bit. Yeah, that's the only trouble with the seeder here, is you can see seed coming out of the bottom of the seeder, which is a little bit annoying, but you know, it can't be perfect, I guess. It's one of those things we have to live with. Right, how full is that now? 93%, I think. Oh, whoa, whoa. We hired a worker to start seeding the ground there. But yeah, 93%, I think we'll leave it at that. Definitely enough for now. So let's pop the Landini in here. And then we can take the seeder over and begin the process. Now I am just gonna grab this section here. Now, what are we gonna plant is the question. Let's just have a little look at prices here. I mean, oats is a pretty good one. Canola has always been a good one. Grapes and olives, we can't do that just yet. I mean, we could go soybeans. We don't really need another. Yeah, I think we're going to go soybeans. We don't really need another bale crop. So let's go with that. I think we might do soybean. I keep saying soybean in both fields here, and have a bumper crop of it. I think that might be nice, and get the cash flowing in. Just grab this grab the headland here. Which refers to the bits around the field, usually in real life. When you're starting in the combine or seeder, cultivator. The only exception really is ploughing. Ploughing, I used to do the headland last. But you go around what's called the headland, which is the outer edges of the field. Usually you'd go around sort of twice or something, depending on how tight the field is, what's around the outside, that kind of thing. But it is useful in the game, especially when you're hiring workers, because it just gives them a little bit more room to turn around. It's less potential for them to hit anything. So let's quickly do these ones too, and then we'll jump in the combine and get those little bits and pieces over there in that other field, and then I think we're going to call it a day, guys. think the next investment, or next couple of investments, I really need a bigger combine. So that's something that's sort of on the list. If we can get more efficient at doing the harvest, a bit faster, then obviously we can make money. We'll just pretend there wasn't a tree there. We can start making money faster, because this is going to be quite a crop heavy map due to the nature of it. And it's going to be a map that requires some big equipment as well. Some of the fields are pretty huge. I mean, even these ones we start with, they're kind of deceivingly big. So yeah, we're going to need some big equipment. Well, we're going to have to build up to that point, so definitely a new combine is next on the list, and maybe going to build onto that field. I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do yet, but eventually that field number 2, I believe, I think that's going to be part of the farm. That whole field is going to be built upon into a bigger farm, because the farm is definitely not big enough. The yard and things it's just not really big enough. So it'll be a case of trying to plan it out and figuring out what we want to do. I might do chickens here. So we might build a couple of chicken sheds and all that good stuff. So I think off screen I'm going to be selling the soybean and the wheat, and then next episode we should have a decent pot of money to, if not get the combine, then we can start building. But we'll see how it goes. We may have to do another harvest after. Right, I forgot that I shouldn't have gone straight across there really, but get the worker on this top section. It's probably going to miss a little bit here, but let's go and jump into the combine and get all these little bits of soybean. But yeah, I think if I sell this combine I can get like 80 grand for it. Let's just have a quick look actually at sale page, because always check this, guys, this sale icon here. Sometimes you can find some real bargains here. Unfortunately there's no combines, but if we go into owned items here, so 71 grand, nearly 80 grand, nearly 72 grand. So with the money that we get from the crop, maybe we can get a new combine and do some building work too, but it's all maybes at this stage. Where did I put the trailer? It's over there. But yeah, if you've been watching this, guys, thank you very, very much for joining. Really is appreciated. And farming definitely is a passion of mine, so to bring you content that's hopefully enjoyable for you is a real pleasure for me. And if I can sort of help any new players out along the way by explaining things and explaining the processes and why it's done, you know, it's great to sort of pass on some knowledge. But yeah, if you've enjoyed this video as much as I have making it, and you've had a good time, and smash that like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Here we go. That's the old combine done for another harvest. I think we're going to wash it off, and maybe get it serviced, and then maybe sell it, but I can't sell it until I know what kind of money I get off the crops. I mean, you're a good old combine, but you're just not big enough. I won't be able to afford anything too massive, but right, there we go. Right, I'm going to leave it there, guys. Again, thank you very much for joining, and see you next time. Bye for now.